Good morning. I am Kavita, working as assistant professor in Sri Muthukumaran Institute of Technology. Um, Today I am going to present a topic in Introduction to Operating System. Topic is Introduction to Input-Output System. What is input-output system? An input-output system manages communication between a computer and external devices such as keyboard, monitor, printer, disk, and network devices. Also, it provides a bridge between hardware devices and software applications. They enable data transfer between the CPU, memory, and peripherals. Input-output system examples are keyboard, mouse, scanner, microphone, webcam, printer, etc. And then um, the definition for input-output hardware are input-output hardware consists of a physical device that transfer data between the computer and external environment. There are there are different types of devices used in input devices are in keyboard, mouse, scanner, and output devices are monitor, printer, speaker, and in storage device we are using HDD, SSD, and USB drive. And input output components are uh, device controller, device driver, system bus, interrupt handler, etc. And then device controller, the electronic component controlling a device and communicate with CPU and OS. And in ports, physical connection points, for example USB, HDMI, and Ethernet. And in system bus, the data can communication pathway, for example PCI, SATA, USB bus. In system bus, it transfer data between CPU, memory, and input-output device. And then input-output communication method, which is nothing but programmed input-output. CPU continuously check device status and device does not interrupt CPU. The advantages are it is simple implementations. CPU timers, some example and some disadvantages are there. That is, CPU time is wasted in that programmed input output in some cases. And an interrupt driven input output, the device sends interrupt when ready in CPU performs other tasks meanwhile. And in direct memory access, the DMA control transfer data directly between device and memory. It reduces CPU overhead. CPU involvement is minimal. And applications of input output interface, the applications of input output interface provide standard method for application to access input output devices. Functions are read data, write data, open files, close files, and device control operations. The benefits are device independent. It is device independent, uniform programming interface, easier software development. And coming to system calls for input output, system calls allows a user program to request input output services from operating system. There's so many system calls: open, read, write, close, and IO control. In open, it controls open a file device and read data, write data. Close is for close files. Seek for move file pointer, and IO is control, which is for device specific control. Benefits of input output devices are device independence, security, and simplicity. And coming to kernel input subsystem, kernel input output subsystem is a part of operating system that manage all input output operations. The main responsibility is scheduling input output requests, buffering, caching, error handling, device driver management. And in kernel input output system architecture, it has an application system called kernel input output subsystem. device driver, input output controller, and hardware devices. In device management, it control and monitor input output devices. Input output interrupt handler, which the process hardware interrupt, and then error handling, it detects and recover from data. The functions of kernel input output subsystem: input output scheduling, which is nothing but it determine order of input output request. It improves performance. And in buffering, temporary storage during transfer, and in caching, stores frequently used data. And in spooling, queues jobs for devices like printer. And coming to buffering, caching, and spooling, in buffering, it is a temporary storage of data in memory before it is transferred. The main purpose of buffering is handle speed difference between device, improves performance. There are some types of buffering also: single buffering, double buffering, and circular buffering. Single is one buffer is used, and in double, two buffer alternate between read and write operation. And in circular buffering, multiple buffers arranged in a circle manner. The advantages are increased efficiency and reduced waiting time. And in caching stores frequently accessed data in fast memory. The purpose of caching is reduce access time, improve system performance. Example: disk cache, file cache, and memory cache. And in spooling, which is nothing but it is a simultaneous peripheral operations online. It stores jobs in a queue for a later processing. For example, printer spooler stores print job before printing. The main advantages in spooling are allow multiple user, improve device utilization. And in device drives, which is nothing but it is a software models controlling hardware device, and it is an interface between OS and hardware. The main function is device initialization, command execution, error handling, data transfer management. And the advantages of kernel input output system is, the main advantages is it is device independent, efficient resource utilization, improved efficiency, it is a device independent, better resource utilization, enhanced reliability, centralized input output management. Also, it is a reliable error detection and recovery. It support of multiple device simultaneously. Thank you.